Hello, my name is Jess Bruckner and I am the District and Media Specialist for the Montello School District. Today I'd like to walk you through our library's new website and explain some of the new features and also explain why I did what I did. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to our school's website, which is montelloschools.org. Then underneath District, I'm going to go to Library Media Center, and I am now at the landing page of the library's new website. Now the first thing you'll notice is that I emphasized a lot of white space. I wanted that for a seamless look and for an uncluttered look. I didn't want the viewer to get the feeling that things were cluttered on the web page or everything was stuck together. So I really emphasized white space. You'll also notice how our school library has a brand new logo up here, Montello Schools Library. Now in the past the library has also been known as the Instructional Media Center, or the IMC, and I am getting away from that for marketing purposes. Our library is both the elementary and the junior senior high library in the same room, hence that's why I call it Montello Schools Library. I found with Instructional Media Center that a lot of the elementary students were getting confused of what IMC even stood for. So there's a new marketing strategy underway with Montello Schools Library. You also see how I emphasize the power of the stories that libraries collect and the power of the stories that libraries generate with the experiences that knowledge that one can gain by visiting the library, whether or not they're reading a book or using a maker room or whatnot. So on the first page you'll notice that I used a single column in the middle and that I emphasized two big social media accounts. First, our Twitter account, which a lot of students are starting to follow our Twitter feeds through this badge that I created, our Twitter badge. And I also designed a brand new library blog. I've been updating it with newsworthy tidbits. Like most recently we had Choose Your Own Reading Adventure Day, which was a free Osborne book day for pre-K through 3rd grade. Then in the middle I put our welcome video, which emphasizes services and programs for elementary through high school. I got really good feedback from the elementary students when I showed them the video. They were cheering and they were clapping at the end. They thought it was great. I really liked the way it turned out too. Now on the left I used a text navigation. The reason why I use text navigation, as you can see, there is a lot of links, and I didn't want a lot of visuals to create a cluttered look that would distract the viewer. Our library and our school is trying to build a literate community, so that's why I used one-stop words or short phrases to emphasize the links. I also included the contact hours with my phone number, my email, and the library's hours at the bottom as well. So the first link is the catalog. One can click on this and search for items. The second catalog is the ebooks catalog. Now with our library's new website, I really wanted to emphasize ebooks because I've spent a great amount of the library's financial resources building the ebooks collection. As you can see, we have over 490 ebooks, and I'm also starting to build the audiobooks collection as well. There is a how-to ebooks page. This will keep students, staff, and stakeholders coming back. There's a video on how to check out an ebook, and there is a handy-dandy instructional sheet on how to check out an ebook as well. I wanted to keep it simple, so I kept it to 6 frames, but there is the QR code at the bottom. So you can scan the QR code to check out or find out how to check out ebooks. Now, on the How to eBooks page, there is a little write-up on what are ebooks, why they're important. I've also included a link to Follett's getting used to getting familiar with ebook guide that has some cool features about Follett ebooks. And yes, I do purchase all our ebooks through Follett. And then I have instructions on how to install the Follett Brightwave app to your device. This will keep students, staff, and stakeholders coming back as well. The next link is recommending. This is a reader's advisory link or web page. As you can see, I included what should I read next. We get a lot of requests. Hey, Mr. Bruckner, I read this book. What book do you think I should read next? And this is a great database to answer those type of questions. I also included a link to Kent District Library's What Comes Next in a series. This is a great service that the Kent District Library has put out for numerous years now. Then at the beginning of the year, I sent out an email to some of the elementary teachers, asking them to give a range of the reading levels of their students so I could create a recommended Fontes and Pinnell recommended reading list. And the list is here. As you can see, some levels don't have a lot of books just because there aren't a lot of books at that level. But as you go up, you'll start to see more books. This list is not done. It's done in Word, but I'm still transferring some of these levels to this Google Sheet. I also included a form on items for purchase in case people wanted to make a recommendation. These are readers' advisories links in the middle, and I did include 3 columns on this particular web page. I thought it was most appropriate for scrollability issues here to limit the amount of scrolling one would have to do on this web page rather than stacking information in a single column. But you'll find Goodreads and author websites. And I did use 2 visuals on this web page because they were balanced and they were very appropriate. I used Novelist K through 8 and Novelist. As you can see, they're very balanced. They appeal to the eye. So there are links here. If students want to write a book review, there is a form where they can submit a book review for our blog. And there's also information on writing book reviews as well. Next is researching. This will keep staff and students coming back as well. There's narrowing a research topic. I've included some topic generators. There's a mind mapping tool from UNLV, which is pretty neat. Of course, I included a link to Purdue's online writing lab, which is very useful for English teachers. English teachers really like Purdue online writing lab. I also included citation generators. This particular page is 2 columns, as most of my pages are. I did that for a balanced feel and, again, scrollability issues. I didn't want people to have to scroll a lot, so I didn't want to do information stacking. So I just put it side by side, put an emphasis on side by side information. I did include 2 visuals on this web page, Badger link, and then there's a video on how to use EBSCOhost, and there's information on how to log into BadgerLink from home. Students and staff have to come see me to get the proper information. I did include a link on copywriting. I think copyright is very important in a school since a lot of copyright watchdog groups watch schools closely. You will see an excerpt from our district's copyrighted works policy. I thought it was very important to include that on this webpage. There are links for students and teachers, everything from copyright basics to questions and answers to taking the mystery out of copyright to useful sheets that one could print on copyrights. For instance, here's a sheet somebody could print, is it protected by copyright? And they could put that on the wall or keep that for their own records or whatnot. Um, I also included a link on free clip art. Here's copyright friendly music and sound, and friendly videos as well. Next is my Knowledge Learning Center, and I emphasized fractured fairy tales through point of view. The target was first and second grade library friends. Here I've included my lesson plan, complete with disciplinary literacy standards, my planner worksheet, rubric, and then I also included a Google slide presentation on fractured fairy tales and point of view. Now please keep in mind that my classes are only 20 to 25 minutes long. That's what I have for time allotment to teach library this year. So I did keep that in mind while I was designing the length of this Google slide. I also include many resources on fractured fairy tales. Here's a visual for Lit Finder where one can look for fractured fairy tales. There's point of view tools, supplemental work, and so forth. Next is creating. Libraries inspire people to create. We collect the stories, we do. So I included some information on the book trailers, which will keep people coming back, how to make a book trailer, coding, which will certainly have people coming back, things like Angry Birds and Star Wars. And then on the right-hand side, I did a little brief write-up on our maker room. Now we have 3 3D printers, and I just put some information on what students can use to design objects such as Tinkercad or SketchUp. Tinkercad is really popular, and then of course the popular Thingiverse as well. Programming, I included some of the new initiatives that I've started since I've been here for the last 2 years. Now I did get Stuart Stotts this year. He did a fantastic brain-based learning program on reading. So there's Mr. Stotts and some elementary students. And then here's our first Battle of the Books winner, which was something that I started last year. This is the third grade class. They won the 3rd through 6th grade division. The 3rd grade teachers really prepared their classes well, and in the final it was 2 3rd grade classes, and one of them prevailed by just a couple of points. It was a great final. Next, I have Library Links in the Spotlight. Now, Library Links in the Spotlight is an email I try and send out on a weekly basis. It's to staff, and it has some new tools or some new sites that help make their professional or personal lives a little bit more easier. That could also filter down to the students. This can make a student's life easier as well, but I leave it up to the teachers to filter that down to the students. Excuse me. So I've also included a Library Links in the Spotlight master list. Now I still need to add some links and websites here from this year, but as you can see, it's coming to be quite the master list here. This will keep people coming back as well. Now this page, you notice I did a single column. It was appropriate because I did not have to worry about scrollability issues. I also included a link, Kindle for Kids. Kindle is a visual search engine made by Google. I really like Kindle, and I thought it was appropriate to include it on the library's new website. Next is our About page, where I included a brief write-up about myself and my library assistant. And once again, there's a search box at the top up here where somebody can search the website, click on the logo, and you go back to the home page. And again, I thought our social media accounts were 2 of the biggest sellers of the library's new website, and they will certainly keep people coming back. So that is a big reason why I put them on the front page, the blog and the Twitter feed. Thank you for viewing my library's new website.